Let's now get you some details in terms of what is happening in the Indian state of Uttarakhand, where a 12-day-long rescue operation to save the lives of 41 workers who were trapped inside an under-construction tunnel is now in its final stages. In the latest, the platform on which the auger, the key drilling machine, was operating was destabilized, and rescuers are working to try and stabilize this platform. The stabilization process is expected to be completed sometime by late night today, after which the drilling process will again resume. Remember, this is an extremely complex process that is presently underway. The operation involves drilling through a 57-meter debris to push forward the wide pipes for the trapped workers to crawl out through. There is still about 10 meters of debris between the workers and the drilling machine. 10 meters, that's the distance that separates them. Now, once a pipe is all in, another is welded to it, and in this manner, an escape route is being prepared for the trapped workers to come out of their confinement. But creating the exit is not enough. The 41 workers have been trapped for over 12 days now, and their physical condition is pretty bad, and their suffering has been compounded by despair and uncertainty over when they will be rescued. 41 ambulances have been stationed outside of the tunnel for the workers. Following a landslide on the 12th of November, the workers were in fact trapped inside the tunnel. Fortunately, that part of the under-construction tunnel still has electricity and some amount of water supply that they can use. Over the past 12 days, the rescue operations have run into many difficulties owing to the topography of the Himalayan region and also because of the nature of the landscape there. Now, these factors have led to frequent roadblocks and slow progress in the operation. All right, now to help understand as to how the Himalayan topography has actually made this process of drilling through so much more complex, we're being joined by Professor C.S. Dubey, who's a geologist. He's joining us live on this broadcast. Now, Professor, this is a rescue mission that's been ongoing for the last 12 days. It is an extremely delicate and a difficult and a complicated mission. Tell us, why has it been so challenging for the rescue workers to in fact drill through a hole to create an exit through which the men who are trapped inside can be brought out? Right, I think there's a bit of an issue with the line there. We'll try reconnect with Professor Dubey in just a bit. But this of course, remember, is an extremely difficult operation that is presently underway. And there are 41 workers who are trapped inside of this collapsed tunnel. And I think we have got Professor Dubey, who's back with us on. Professor Dubey, the question that I was asking you was, why has it been so complicated? Because it's been 12 long days. Hello, Professor Dubey. I hope you can hear me now. Professor Dubey?
So can you hear me?
Yes, Professor Dubey, we can hear you very clearly now. Please go ahead. Tell us, why is it this has been so complicated? Why is the topography so difficult?
Exactly, so very fragile. And rocks are basically, which is above. The rocks are mainly phyllite, schist, and quartzite. Phyllite, very soft, very a bit hard. So, and this is mainly a landsliding area, and Uttarkashi is one of earlier a big, more than 6 in 1990s. So, looking at all the aspects, one has to be very careful when you are excavating something out in this area, whether you are using a tunnel. The most important, you have to look at a very scale like 1:10 or 1:100. See each and every spot where the fractures are there, what kind of joints are there, what are the faults. There are smaller, minor faults which are always, and this area is mainly landslide area.
Right.
So
I think we've lost the line there with Professor Dubey, but as he was explaining, it is essentially because of the landscape there, the topography there, the nature of the rocks in that region, which has made this rescue operation so complicated. It's been 12 long days. We're virtually in the final stages where these 41 men can be rescued. One hopes and prays that everything goes on very smoothly, but there have been complications the last few hours in terms of what has been happening with the key drilling machine that is said to have been destabilized, and now the engineers are of course working hard at this moment to try and stabilize it back again so that the drilling work could resume to try and rescue the workers. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.